Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today is going to be MCU movie tier list. So as you guys can see, no F tier because none of these films are awful, but D is kind of just met, S is amazing. You get the point. And since it is 23 freaking movies, my goodness, that is ridiculous. I am going to get started right now, starting off with our first one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think is a solid B tier. It is just a great and slash underrated movie. I just think it's such a good character-based movie. If it wasn't for this movie, you couldn't really feel what Rocket was feeling in Avengers Endgame. So I think that is just awesome what this film does. A character development movie. Like, does something new in a sequel. Like, can you please respect that? Ant-Man is going in the C tier. I don't love this movie. I try to rewatch on the airplane. Honestly, there are just better movies to rewatch, like a movie coming up in just a second. But I did really like it. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. Good action. Good cast, especially Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. He's a legend. Avengers Age of Ultron is going to be in B tier. I do like this movie. A lot of people don't. I understand why. But I understand, like, it can be kind of boring, confusing, a little bit too comedic for a movie that's so dark. This was kind of supposed to be the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU, but it kind of failed to do that. But its predecessor is the Avengers, and the first Avengers is amazing. It's S tier. What it does, and this is actually a movie I chose to watch on an airplane, except Ant-Man. I'm really glad I did. It's an awesome movie. It's actually a little higher than I did put in my last ranking. Ant-Man and the Wasp is going right above the first Ant-Man. Not a great movie, but not a bad movie. It's higher because I prefer the chase movie over the heist movie. I love chase movies, except one that's going to come up in a minute because there's a lot of other problems with it. But in general, I do like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Black Panther is going right here. I don't love this movie. In fact, it's just fine. It's not terrible or anything. I just think it's okay. Great cast, great villain. Other than that, everything else is kind of just meh. Like bad action, a bad love interest, and I mean I like the villains. So that's something. Captain America: The First Avenger is going to be B tier. Not perfect. The first half is fantastic. If it was the first half, it'd honestly be like right here, here. It is just the first half is amazing. But the second half, we see just a bunch of lasers, explosions to entertain the audience. But what I care about is Captain America, not the action. Captain America: Civil War is going to be S tier. S tier is it's not quite as good as the Avengers, but I think it is a great movie. It is fantastic. It really works how they do it. You feel the rivalry and like the emotion in this movie. And the final fight is just a gut punch, an emotional gut punch. It is just so good. Spider-Man Black Panther introduced. What else can I ask for? Captain Marvel is the C tier. I understand why people hate this movie. I understand Brie Larson has her controversies, but I don't blame her. It's not her fault. I think with the proper writing, she can be really good, and this movie could have been a lot better. I don't hate it. I think the scenes on Earth with her and Fury are great. I think if we just saw her and Fury working together, nobody else, I think this movie could probably bump up a little bit. Thor: The Dark World is D tier. Like, we're not even going to talk about. I can't even talk about it. It's so forgettable. Oh no, bad villain, Reality Stone, Earth sucks, Loki's great. That's it. Doctor Strange is going to be right here. Nope. Right here. Great visuals, great action, great leading role in Doctor Strange, aka Benedict Cumberbatch, but it kind of is boring at times. It's one of the last movies I rewatch. It's fun when I would never watch. It's fun when you rewatch with a bunch of friends. Me rewatching alone, just like me. Okay, but it's just not as good to rewatch. But like I said, great visuals, and Benedict Cumberbatch is great. Not a great villain though. Avengers Endgame is a D tier. In fact, we need to make an F tier. No, let's just keep it in tier. I'm too lazy. So Thor Ragnarok, I'm just joking, guys. It's S tier. It's number one for sure. This is the most satisfying movie I have ever seen ever. It's not the best movie ever made, but it is the most satisfying movie. Captain America lifting Thor's hammer. Time travel. So much fun. When I first watched it, I thought the first hour was kind of boring. But you know what? When I rewatched it, that first hour went like a flash. It was so good, and the film is just awesome. The more I rewatch it, the more I love it, and it is number one for sure. Thor Ragnarok is gonna be eight. Whoops. Thor Ragnarok's gonna be A tier. Will be S tier, but kind of comedic at times when it shouldn't be. I love the Hulk in it. I think Hela's a great villain. I also like Jeff Goldblum in the movie, and I'd rather see Thor go to space than on Earth. It is so much fun in space on Earth. Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys are kind of crazy, but I think it's underrated. Like, I think this movie is number 2, not number 6 or number 9. It is a number 2 because you get a great cast, a not so great villain. That's really my only problem with the film is the villain, but it's a movie in space. It looks awesome. I freaking love this movie. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It is just fantastic. So much fun. I honestly want to order on DVD. It's that good. Incredible Hulk is the worst of the MCU because it just doesn't hold up very well. You get some good action in there, but bad CGI. I do like the chase aspect, but it's not as good when you got annoying characters in it. Iron Man 3 is hecka underrated. It is going in the A tier. Iron Man 3 is a fantastic movie. Iron Man 3, you get some of the best action the MCU has to offer. Amazing Iron Man action. Amazing almost everything. It is just a fantastic movie. The twist, I get why you hate it. I don't mind it at all. Iron Man 2, not as good as its predecessors, or its sequel, but it is definitely better than Thor: The Dark World and Incredible Hulk. I love the cast is still great and some good action in there. Not so great villains. It kind of feels like a commercial of the Avengers, but Avengers was great, so not too bad, but still kind of forgettable. Iron Man, yes. This movie, I'm going to put right in front of the Avengers. I think it's a little better than the Avengers because Robert Downey Jr. No, I know he's in the Avengers, but still, he is fantastic in this movie. Get a pretty good villain. I know the third, you know what, because that third act, which isn't like bad, I'm going to put Iron Man right below the Avengers. It's still a great movie. I mean, it is a fun story, not an emotional one, not a dark one, doesn't have to fit into a realistic world. It is just fantastic. I love it. Infinity War is going to be in the third place spot, right behind Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Endgame. I still love this movie. It was number 1. It's still great. It is still a lot of fun. Great action, great villain and Thanos, and it's just so much fun. I love it. Spider-Man Far From Home, while it isn't S tier, I'm going to put it at probably the top of the A tier. I think it is a great movie. The visuals are actually the best in the MCU. Mysterio's great in the illusion scene. Also, it really follows after Avengers Endgame. I just did a review on it, so feel free to check that out. Spider-Man Homecoming, I think Far From Home is a little better than Homecoming. I'm put Homecoming right there. I think Homecoming is still a great movie. Great action, great villain in Vulture. Vulture is a fantastic villain because Michael Keaton is a legend. And Thor, boring. I'm gonna put Thor right here. I just think it's so boring. At the Earth scenes, New Mexico is one of the most boring places to go. Asgard is boring, even though Asgard looks really cool. It's kind of boring still. Asgard looks cool. Thor and Loki are good, but other than that, not great. Not really a lot of good action either. Speaking of, but with a great action is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put it at the top of the A tier. You know what? We're gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here. It's a great movie with great villains and great everything. This is how you fit a superhero in our regular world, not in a dark and depressing way, but in just such a good way. So good politics and good villains. That is just perfect right there, and great story. It's not my favorite, but I understand why it is your favorite because it is a great movie. So there you have it, the MCU tier list, guys. I know it kind of went fast because I'm kind of on a time limit here. But thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you guys thought about my ranking. And if you guys liked it, feel free to like the video. And you guys comment down your opinions. I really want to hear you guys' opinions. And sorry this thing's kind of in the way. But like I said, comment down your opinions right now. Feel free to. And I will see you guys in my next video.